what I really enjoyed about working with you was that immediately I went into this very deep place.
It appeared first that it accessed my facial nervature to the place that it was got to be pretty intense and almost alarming, because I could feel the triggering of every single nerve. My eyes, it was to the same caliber of when I perform vital stem and place electrodes on the facial nerve. My eyes could not quit flickering, and I was feeling pulses all up and down to my hands on moreover the left side of my body. It was very heavy.
I'm amazed at the heat that seems to come from his hands. You know, it's really quite incredible. I was convinced that it was just normal body heat, and so I asked him to actually sit there and close his eyes and see if he could feel my hands, and I concentrated and everything, and of course he couldn't experience it at all. He didn't feel any heat coming off my hands. So it is something of a phenomena that I find quite amazing, that his hands can be so incredibly hot. Yeah, well, at least it feels that way when you're on the table.
The sensation that one experiences throughout the process is amazing. It's very interesting sensations that I think we experience when there are definite temperature changes, like the chills for one. It's a full body experience. There's a sensation that comes through that I had never experienced. Water and me become one almost. It's like I'm floating, gravitating in water.
And I think that all healing comes from blockages, and I think that Reiki connects a person to, this source of energy, this infinite energy, and it removes those blockages. It elevates somebody's, entire being. I mean, we don't know the science of it or the mechanics of it, but I certainly have, in my own life, made the addition of energy healing as just a part of my routine.
I was feeling and seeing it at moments, and as he was placing his hands then on me, I would have moments of, I guess, even seeing my corpus callosum. And it seemed at one point it was going to the right, the whole outline of it with the light, bright light. It was all just bright yellow. Like I was seeing a light, and at moments I didn't know whether my eyes were even open or that I was allowing them to open a little bit, because I was having surges of light come in, and so at one point I did actually open my eyes just to see even where Carlos was in the room, and to see where all of this light sources and these energies were coming from. And that was the most amazing part, because when I was really feeling the most surges, I know Carlos was off to the side of me, and he was nowhere near. His hands were just open, and I was feeling yet all of this energy coming through me, and I couldn't quite explain it.
Carlos was actually helping me to overcome a sleeping habit, or lack of sleeping, more to the point. And this helped enormously, and even afterwards, because I live in Boston, and he actually did a long distance healing. And that also worked. The times that we did it, I got to sleep straight away. We organised time, and I did get back to sleep, and for a couple of weeks afterwards I didn't have a recurrence of this. So whatever your ailment or your interest in having Reiki, I would suggest that definitely Carlos will be able to improve your condition without a shadow of a doubt.
It's kind of like, I believe it's like a tuning fork in a way. So, I think that what happens to the body is the body then begins to sort of resonate in that place, just because that frequency is available to it. And to take the energy from a Reiki session and bring it into our daily lives, whatever we're doing with our kids or with our jobs, it's a gift. And so, yeah, so it's a very beautiful experience.
Oh, at one point it became very intense, and I literally said in my mind, but I did say in my mind, I need some help down here because it was getting to be a little bit too intense and involved. And right at that moment was when Carlos actually put his hands on me, and it immediately calmed for my frontal portion of my brain, all of the areas, and as I was needing more of a calming sensation, every place that then you, or Carlos, actually was able to place his hands, it was exactly what my body was actually wanting.
And then I kind of had lucid dreaming as well. I was sort of in that in-between place, so you would be working on me, but I would be experiencing something, and sometimes I didn't know if I was asleep or awake. You put me in that in-between place.
It was a beautiful experience, and I think that's how I would mostly explain it. It was very powerful, and I guess I'm really glad that I didn't know what I was going into, because like I said, it was nothing like the previous experiences. Only 2 times that, people had said that they were going to do some Reiki on me, but that was just very, quick. And so, like I said, it was always an experience that I said, oh, that was nice. But it was nothing compared. It never, ever, ever, I never felt like I hooked up to any kind of energy, and I didn't feel the tingling and the sensations that I was actually feeling yesterday. And and I think it took me a bit off guard as well, because it was so powerful. But now I really look forward to another session to see if I have the same extent.